right, this is Kindergarten Cop. Kindergarten Cop, lots of little ones. 5 3-minute AMRAPs. There's our little ones, 5-year-olds. Get it? Kindergarten Cop. So, anywho, this one here today, if you have the treadmill, if you have a bike, a rower, that's great. How this workout flows is that it's really a max effort inside that 3-minute AMRAP. There is no rest between them. How it would work is if you have the treadmill, you would run 300 meters, come into 20 alternating dumbbell snatches as fast as you can, and you would rest the remainder of that 3 minutes. Your rest occurs inside that 3 minutes. So you just have to do that work laid out in front of you once with as high intensity as possible, and the remainder is your rest time. Okay? For those of you that don't have a treadmill, you've got a spin bike. I know there's a lot of those out there. Instead of a 300-meter run, it would be a 600-meter bike. Okay? So, if you get off a 600-meter bike, same thing, dumbbell snatches. Rower, be it a 300-meter row, into the snatches. If you don't have one of those implements, what we're gonna say is it's 1 minute of high knees. So, that's gonna jack a heart rate up like absolute crazy. So, we're here, we're running in place, right? That knee has to make that hip crease, and we're running for 1 minute, just like that. Try to focus on breathing. It's hard because those knees coming up it's gonna push that air out of your chest. It just happens. So 1 minute straight of high knees, okay? You have to accumulate a minute. If you have to pause inside that, you have not done, the timer is still running, the timer is paused. So if you do 20 seconds and you pause for 10, then that means you're gonna be looking at your clock and you're gonna go to 70 seconds, right? Because you paused for 10 of that. I need you to accumulate 1 minute of high knees. Once we're done that, we come to our dumbbells, right? And it's alternating dumbbell snatches. So important, here I've got my feet kind of outside my hips, shoulder width apart, right? Both heads of the dumbbell start out on the ground each rep, okay? We're here, we're looking ahead, and we're pushing off the ground, right? As we're pushing off the ground, we're using that momentum to throw that dumbbell overhead in one motion, no pause, right? Here, so what I'm looking for, dumbbell snatch, as much of it as possible, it's a push. It's a push with your feet. Don't think pull. If you think pull, a lot of times what ends up happening is I see these, right? So we start muscle snatching those. That's how we put that into our back. If we're thinking of push with our feet, my back stays more neutral, right? And I'm using all the power of my quads, my hamstrings, my glutes, core to drive that dumbbell overhead. And that's what we're looking for, okay? There is no pause at the shoulder, it has to go overhead. Now, when you're making that transition, that switch, you can go here, you can switch in front of you, or if you want, when that dumbbell comes down, you can release it, switch hands there, and go with that next snatch. If you don't want to get that rub mark on your thumb, which happens a lot when we're doing those dumbbell snatches and we're exchanging in the air. So, 20 snatches, hammer those out as fast as possible. You look at your clock, you record your time, you rest until the next 3-minute AMRAP starts. That's how it flows. Good working time here. I'm really probably looking for a lot of 11, 13-minute range. It's kind of what we're thinking here. For those of you that are doing the 1 minute of high knees, it might stretch out your times a little longer. I'm not sure how that's going to flow, but that 1 minute of high knees is a great substitution for a 300-meter run. So, post your comments if you want to see these kind of running workouts continue. If you don't, message me if they don't really work for you, that's fine. I'm just trying to keep that running in us. We did so much of it this summer, but if it's not going to work on the at home this time of year, we'll scrub them out, we'll alternate them up with some other movements.